As we continue our adventure through the Beyond Light grind, I thought I'd come and share my thoughts and impressions with you on what I think so far. Let me start off by disclosing that I still very much believe the Forsaken expansion is really what saved many aspects of Destiny, and I think that Bungie are always going to struggle to develop any content or expansion that compares to the Forsaken DLC. Having said that, Beyond Light is not half bad at all. There's definitely a number of issues with it, but overall, it's a pretty solid expansion that absolutely does Destiny the justice it deserves. It's still certainly very early days, but my very first early on impressions are very positive. For starters, EUROPA is amazing. The level of detail and the graphical quality and the artistic flair, it's all just breathtaking. The weather system is awesome as well, although when you hit a snowstorm, you can't really see anything in front of you, and that can be annoying, but it offers realism. So EUROPA is incredibly large as well, which is great. But, and there is a but, because it would be nice to have more fast travel points. And I get it, Bungie wants us to go around in our Sparrows so that we get to know the area, but still, the roads or the paths that link each of the areas, they don't really offer much to see or do, so they should just give us some freaking travel points. Anyway, I am loving the exploration. I love the fact that the story basically makes you go around the whole of Europa, which means you quickly get familiar with it, which is usually what they do anyway. But yeah, I'm highly impressed. Europa is excellent so far. In terms of the story, I would just like to briefly touch on this subject, on this topic, without spoiling anything. I'm not really taken by it, if I'm honest. It feels a bit like I've been rushed through the campaign. There are certain moments that could have been delivered better. The cutscenes are great, and the dialogue is really decent, but I feel like there's very little immersiveness in the story itself. It feels half empty rather than half full, if that makes sense. At least so far. I mean, we'll see how it progresses from here. My thoughts on Stasis. Where shall we start? Well, first and foremost, it is awesome. It is powerful. My Guardian feels powerful with it equipped. I started off on the Titan, and to be honest, it does feel pretty clunky sometimes. The response time can feel a bit slow on the Titan, but on the Warlock, it does feel a lot smoother and more effective. I haven't tried the Hunter, so I'm not sure on the Hunter yet, but all in all, it does seem like some adjustments might need to be made soon, especially on the Titan. Also, fighting bosses that wield stasis against you can be really frustrating, especially when they're nearly dead and you die, and then you have to, do the whole fight again, which is not great when you're playing solo, which is my case. But the real question is stasis broken? I would say, yeah, it's pretty broken, but mainly in PvP, although it could be that a lot of players are just getting really good and very effective with it. It does certainly feel somewhat unbalanced in PvP. As for PvE, it feels incredibly fun and effective, especially against mobs of enemies, and especially on the Warlock. Overall, I think it looks great and sounds great, although it does feel clunky sometimes. As far as the loot is concerned, I have to admit it does feel pretty bare bones at the moment. With all the sunsetting that went on, I feel like there isn't all that much left that I can use that's effective. Having said that, the new stuff, the new gear, does feel pretty nice. I am currently loving Duality. No Time to Explain is a monster, and it's a really nice remake from Destiny 1, and I do love the little bullet portal that comes with it. Although 90% of the time I actually find myself using Sturm and Drang, and let me tell you, Sturm feels amazing after the sandbox update. The new grenade launcher, Salvation's Grip, is excellent and incredibly fun. Unfortunately, the leveling up and the power grind hasn't really changed. It still feels like the same mindless experience. Once you reach the soft cap, which is 1200, most of the loot will then be useless, especially blue gear. All you then seem to do is find ways to get upgrade modules so that you can level up your best gear, and that's pretty much it. I definitely think the leveling up should have more to it. It needs a revamp, I think. I get it, it's not easy for Bungie to create a better system, but still, it feels quite basic and quite meaningless, if I'm honest. In terms of all the little changes, like the new dark mode menu skin, which we can all agree looks amazing, and the new lighting effects and the graphic improvements, which are also awesome. the upgrade to our ghosts, which allows us to select the perks we want, the fact that the game loads faster and the level of responsiveness is noticeably higher, all excellent upgrades for the Destiny universe. So yeah, all in all, Beyond Light feels like is heading in a very good direction. I'm definitely curious to see where it goes from here. I hope you're all enjoying Beyond Light. Let me know in the comments what you think of Beyond Light so far in your own experience. Drop a like if you liked the video, obviously. Truly would appreciate if you sub to the channel, that helps the channel grow. All the usual stuff. I'll catch you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.